Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To Dr. Muhammad Shamsul bin Muhammad Syahid. Today, our group will represent about information ethics and law that focuses on Maybank. But before we start, let me introduce our group member first.
Now, we start with introduction. In today's data-driven world, information management professionals have a responsibility to ensure data is used ethically. Ethical information management involves collecting, storing, and using data responsibly while protecting privacy, accuracy, and security. Although legal compliance is important, ethics go beyond the law by emphasizing fairness, integrity, and transparency in managing information. Moreover, at Maybank, law and ethics are important due to the sensitive nature of financial and personal data. Legally, Maybank complies with regulations such as the Personal Data Protection Act 2010 and Bank Negara Malaysia Guidelines, which control how customer data is collected, stored, and protected to prevent fraud and misuse. Ethically, Maybank applies principles such as confidentiality, integrity, and fairness through its internal policies and group code of ethics and conduct. Together, legal compliance and ethical practices ensure responsible data management, strengthen customer trust, and protect Maybank's reputation.
The differences between law, ethics, standards, and procedures can be seen in terms of enforcement and consequences. Information law is mandatory and externally imposed, and violations may result in legal penalties or reputational damage. Information ethics are value-based and internally motivated, where unethical practices can lead to loss of customer trust. Information standards are not legally mandatory, but failure to follow them may increase security and operational risk. Information procedures are organization-specific, and violations usually result in internal disciplinary action. Despite these differences, there are similarities between law, ethics, standards, and procedures. All of them aim to protect customer information on the Maybank platform. They also promote responsible and ethical information management and help reduce risks such as fraud, data breaches, and unauthorized access. Together, these elements form a comprehensive information governance structure for Maybank. Now, I will explain the definition of information law, ethics, standards, and procedures based on the Maybank website. Information law refers to legally enforceable rules that protect online information and ensure secure financial transactions. Information ethics focuses on moral principles that guide the responsible use of customer information, especially in terms of privacy and confidentiality. Information standards are accepted best practice that help ensure the security, quality, and reliability of information system. Lastly, information procedures are internal guidelines that translate laws, ethics, and standards into daily operational actions. So, this table summarizes the differences and similarities between information law, ethics, standards, and procedures discussed in section before. It helps to clearly compare their sources, enforcement, focus, and consequences in the context of information management on the Maybank website.
Next, implication of information ethics and law in Maybank. Maybank, as a major financial institution, manage a large amount of sensitive customer data such as personal details, financial records, and transaction histories. Because of this, ethics and law play an important role in guiding how this data is handled responsibly. Proper data management is also essential to maintain customer trust. From an information ethics perspective, Maybank must protect customer privacy at all times. This means the bank should only collect information that is necessary, use customer data with their consent, and ensure transparency in how the data is used. Ethical practices also require Maybank to treat customers fairly and honestly when managing their information. In terms of information law, Maybank must comply with regulation set by Bank Negara Malaysia and follow Personal Data Protection Act, which is PDPA. This law requires the bank to ensure strong data security measures are in place and to take responsibility if any data breaches occur. Legal compliance helps ensure accountability and protect customers from misuse of their information. In summary, information ethics guide good behavior, while information law ensure accountability. Together, both ethics and law help protect customers and build long-term trust in Maybank. Next, I will explain the protection of intellectual property rights. Intellectual property, or IP, refer to intangible assets that are created and owned by the bank. In Maybank, includes its brand name and logo, website content, digital banking platform, software system, marketing material, report, and proprietary financial products or processes. There are several key IP elements involved. First is trademark, which protects brand identity such as Maybank names and logo. Second is copyright, which protects original content like website text, annual reports, marketing materials, and mobile application interface. Third is trade secrets, which include confidential business information such as internal banking system, algorithm, and risk assessment model. Lastly, software intellectual property cover digital system and application developed by the organization, such as the Maybank to You and MAE mobile banking application. For example, Maybank official website and mobile banking platform are protected under intellectual property law. This prevents unauthorized copying, misuse, or duplication of its system content and brand identity. Overall, intellectual property law and ethics ensure responsible information use, protecting Maybank on intellectual property, prevent unauthorized access to its system and brand assets, while respecting others' intellectual property helps reduce legal risk and protect the bank reputation.
For information and data privacy and security, the first point is define privacy and security. Privacy refers to an individual's right to control how personal information is collected, used, stored, and shared, while security refers to the measures used to protect that information from unauthorized access, loss, or cyber attacks. Both are closely linked as strong security is necessary to prevent privacy breaches in digital environments. The second point is law and ethics on privacy and security. In Malaysia, privacy and security are governed by the Personal Data Protection Act or PDPA 2010, which regulate the collection, use, storage, and protection of personal data. Ethical principles such as confidentiality, fairness, accountability, and transparency complement legal requirements by guiding responsible information management beyond minimal legal compliance. And the last point is significance of privacy and security to information management. For Maybank, privacy and security are essential in protecting sensitive customer data such as identity and financial information. Measures like secure to you encryption and transaction monitoring help prevent fraud, ensure regulatory compliance, and maintain customer trust in digital banking services. This picture shows Secure to You, one of Maybank's security system that use biometric and device-based authentication for online banking transaction. Secure to You helps prevent unauthorized access and fraud by requiring customer verification before any transaction is approved, thereby strengthening data security and protecting customer privacy.
Now we move on to social justice, equality, and inclusivity. So social justice means that information systems and policies should reduce inequalities by ensuring that disadvantaged communities have equal opportunities to access information, digital tools, and reliable data. Information should be used to empower individuals rather than exclude them. So at the Maybank, this principle is reflected through its focus on humanizing financial services, where access to banking services is not limited to those who are already financially advantaged. Through the Maybank Foundation, initiatives such as microfinancing for small business owners and financial education programs help disadvantaged groups gain access to banking knowledge and tools, promoting fair and ethical use of information. Next, equality. Equality refers to fairness in rights, status, and opportunities, while recognizing that different groups may require different levels of support. Maybank demonstrates its commitment to equality through fair pay practices, ensuring that employees in Malaysia earn above the living wage benchmark of RM3,100. So ethical use of workforce and compensation data supports equitable decision making and aligns with broader social and economic justice goals. Lastly, inclusivity. So inclusivity goes beyond equal access by recognizing diverse needs and ensuring that information systems are accessible to everyone. Maybank's digital banking platforms such as MAE by Maybank to You are designed to be user-friendly and customers of different ages, literacy levels and technological abilities. So inclusivity is further support through accessibility features such as compatibility with screen readers, larger font size, high contrast display, and simplified navigation. So this effort ensures that elderly customers, persons with disabilities, and rural communities can meaningfully access and benefit from digital banking services.
Next is a good governance. For component of good governance in information activities, in Maybank, good governance involves strong policies and oversight by management and the board to ensure information is handled consistently and complies with regulatory requirements. Which is the first one is integrity and quality of information, which is Maybank emphasize information integrity by ensuring data is accurate and protected, especially for reporting and decision making, using controls such as access restriction and internal audits. The second one is good governance practice in Maybank, which is as a regulated bank, Maybank complies with Bank Negara Malaysia requirement and publish annual reports and governance disclosure to ensure transparency and accountability. And the third one is role of information law and ethics, which is information law like the PDPA and ethical principles guide Maybank to manage information responsibly, protect stakeholder interests, and maintain public trust. In conclusion, information ethics and law guide responsible information management. Law set the rules while ethics ensure fairness and transparency. For Maybank, following PDPA and Bank Negara Malaysia guidelines helps protect customer data, reduce risk and maintain trust in digital banking services.